From Evenstead Arena in Monona, Wisconsin, this is Silver Eagle Basketball. Good afternoon, everyone. A special matinee edition of Silver Eagle Basketball as the MG boys take on the Monroe Cheesemakers. I'm Steve Martinelli, and alongside me, a very, very special guest, former MG standout, and now they just call her Mom. It's Emily, the Hammer Leggett, now Needitz. Emily, thanks so much for joining me tonight.
Thanks for that intro, Steve. You might be overselling my prowess as a high school player, but
when I put together my list of favorite players of the decade, you were clearly one of the top 20 from the 90s.
It's not just because we're related.
Shh. Okay, full disclosure, the Hammer is my cousin. She's half Martinelli, so that'll explain a lot of the things she'll say today, I'm sure.
Only the bad jokes.
Yes, that's right. Well, this afternoon we've got a pretty exciting matchup. Silver Eagles bring their 15-1 record against the Monroe Cheesemakers. Monroe 11-6, but they've won their last 6 in a row. I mean, they started off as a 500 team. They couldn't string together 2 wins in the first half of the season, and now they can't be stopped. They've got a couple of tough opponents coming up. The Silver Eagles, of course, first and foremost, the number 4 ranked Silver Eagles. But then they've also got Stone coming up, and Stone's a pretty good team too. They're 11-5 overall, so it ought to be a pretty decent game tonight. We'll see what Monroe's made of, whether they're the team that they've evolved into, or what are they doing down there for drills? This looks like a volleyball thing. Either the team they've evolved into or the team they were at the beginning of the season. Either way, they run into a team from Monona here that's playing exceedingly well. The Silver Eagles outscoring their opponents by almost 25 points a game. Jake Schrockenthaler, the leading scorer, with just under 20 points a game. Caden Nelson, Max Nelson, Sam Hepp, all of them in double figures. Caden has really come on strong in the second half, scoring almost 17 points a game. They've just got so many weapons, that it's a lot of fun to watch them. And a lot of good size, too. I mean, they've only got one guy on the squad shorter than 6 foot tall, and they've got a number of them 6'4" or taller, so.
Wow, I would not have made this team, and you definitely wouldn't have made this team.
No, I wouldn't
Steve.
have made this team. I'm rather earthbound and a poor shooter. And of course, you played some post, and you were what, 5'9"?
That's generous. I would say 5'7" and 3/4.
And
maybe.
yet you were playing post against much taller players.
Well, I had a definite strategy, which was to foul and foul hard, hence the nickname.
The Hammer. Do you remember how you got the nickname The Hammer?
I think you gave that to me, didn't
Actually,
you?
I made it popular, but your dad was the one that coined it.
Oh, he did. I did not know that.
Yeah,
Bob Leggett.
You can thank him for that.
I will.
But yeah, he's the one that first called you The Hammer because, well, let's be honest, you had more fouls than points in your career.
I fouled out a few times a season.
When I was preparing for the game, I was all set to give you a lot of the business for your basketball career, and then I realized, like I said before the game when we were talking, I realized you had a lot more varsity experience in letters than I do. So I really can't poke too much fun at you because you played, aside from basketball, you played volleyball and softball too, didn't you? I
did. I was captain of the volleyball and the basketball team my senior year.
Really?
But that may have been more for my leadership skills than my basketball skills.
Yeah, and which do you put to use now, basketball or leadership?
More leadership, I would say. So we do have a Papa shot in our basement now, though, that my parents got us for Christmas. So
you really go down there and embarrass Gary?
I'm pretty good at that.
So do you work with Bennett in the driveway on sweet post moves?
Yeah, we're working. I think he's going to be tall. You know, my husband Gary is 6'3".
Yeah.
So, not as tall as our tallest Silver Eagles player here, but he might have some height. And Gary does not have the basketball skills, but he did play volleyball in college.
Oh, really?
So who knows?
So let's say Bennett is a big athletic kid. You going to let him play football, given all the concerns about concussions lately?
Controversial question
there,
Steve.
Jump right into it with you. I got a couple to throw at you today.
So he is very into football, obviously. He's a Badger and Packers fan, but he's into all sports. We've been talking about how cool it is to be a kicker or punter, mainly. We're really selling that.
Save him the conflicts and the concussions, right?
Yes. So, and I think we really want him. He seems to be left-handed, so we're thinking maybe a left-handed pitcher for baseball.
Oh, cool. That'd be great.
Yeah, that could be.
Being taller is a benefit there, too.
Mm-hmm. So who knows?
Let me get some of my notes straight here. See, I got a page here in my notebook that says questions for the Hammer. I'm sitting at my iPad this morning writing notes to myself. Oh. All right, the Silver Eagles on a winning streak, of course, not like the winning streak. Where's my other notes here? The winning streak they had at the beginning of the season.
Well, yeah, and I don't want them to overlook this team either. Monroe, as you said, has been playing well, and it could be a trap game. You never know.
It could be. They ran into that a couple weeks ago when they played Fort Atkinson. Now, Fort is in next to last place in the conference. I think they're like 3-12 now on the season. They're not having a good year, but they hung with the Silver Eagles for like the first 5 minutes of the game. Of course, we ended up beating them by almost 40 points after that. But
well, when you're the best team, one of the best teams, everyone brings their best game against you.
Absolutely.
So that happens to the Badgers a lot too. Not this year, but
speaking of the Badgers, you're a UW graduate who had an association with the Badger basketball team. Why don't you tell people about that a little?
It's true. I was a manager for the men's basketball team while I was in college. 2000, 2001, and 2001 to 2002 seasons. So that was Dick Bennett's last season / Brad Soderberg.
Oh, sure.
And then Bo Ryan's first season.
Is it just coincidence that your son is named Bennett?
It is not a coincidence.
It isn't.
No. It is not. A big fan of Dick and his son Tony.
Yeah.
And so I did suggest the name. My husband Gary, did not know the Bennetts when he's from the Chicago area, but he has become a huge Badger fan and felt like we could honor that legacy. So.
That's very cool. That's very cool. So as a manager on the team, you obviously had interaction with the coaches and players on a day-to-day basis. Were there any players that you picked out as particularly nice guys, or?
So Devin Harris was always a favorite, always took time to talk to all the managers, was very friendly and kind. There's some managers that are still friends with Devin today because he was just so friendly. Mike Wilkinson was always a really nice guy, a very quiet guy, but I hear he's a farmer now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's right. He was from Wisconsin Heights.
Yep. Yeah, I think he's back after his international career doing some farming. Mike Kelly, my first year, was a great guy, obviously strong leadership and incredible
he's doing some
player.
Announcing now too.
Yeah,
he's very good.
Maybe a little better than me, but
you're new at this. We'll get you out here again.
I'll be as good as Mike Kelly someday.
That's right. Let's hope one of us is. Oh no, that's very cool. Not everybody gets the opportunity to take their game to the collegiate level, and while you weren't active as a player, you still got to be involved in.
Yeah, we did get to play and practice a little bit and run drills, definitely lots of rebounding, things like that, but there's a big portion of it that people never see. I mean, they see us wiping the floors during timeouts and ththings like that. But, the super glamorous, such as cleaning out the Powerade machine in the locker rooms, to breaking down video and getting recruiting visits set up and things like that. That was a little more interesting.
And you get paid for doing this? Or?
You get paid a very small stipend.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's changed, but back then it was $40 every 2 weeks your first year, $70 after that. It kind of doubled.
I suppose they want to make sure you're going to stick.
Yeah, and it was about probably 40 hours a week because you had to be at least one practice a day. And then you have office hours where you're there to do video and help the coaches and things like that.
So you got to really love the game to devote that kind of time to it for $20 a week.
Yes, you do get free clothes and swag.
Oh, well. And you get to travel with the team?
Not till you're a junior or senior.
Okay. So did you do this all 4 years?
No, just freshman and sophomore year. You're required to do the full summer of basketball camps when you're a manager. And so after my sophomore year, I was going into my my sophomore year, I was looking at getting an internship and realized I couldn't do both. And as a business major, people were saying you have to have internships to get a job. And so I decided to leave. It was a devastating loss for them, but
I'm sure
they survived.
Well, Dick Bennett retired.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out.
No Emily Leggett? I'm done here.
I do have
folks.
a Big Ten championship ring. It's a ring that we made into a necklace since the ring didn't really fit on my fingers. But
a friend of mine from high school, Dennis Libisonera, was a manager on the football team when he went.
Cool.
Of course, a couple of years ahead of you. And best thing he's got to show from that is a watch from the Garden State Bowl. It's an ongoing joke
funny.
between us, but
I hope he wears that with pride.
oh, he does. I've seen him wear the thing still. It's pretty funny. All right, let's talk a little bit about tonight's game. Monroe's got a couple of decent players here. The one really to watch is Cade King. He's a 6'6" junior. Didn't play any varsity last year. They kept him on JV the whole year. He's been scoring at a 14-point-a-game average. Braden Zettel is their other big gun. Braden averaging almost 14 points a game. He's a 6'2" senior. Other than that, they don't have a whole lot of height. They got a couple guys in the 6'2", 6'3" range, but the Silver Eagles keep trotting out these 6'4" guys like Sam Hipp, who's 6'7", can shoot the three, and he leads the team in dunks. They've got a remarkably athletic team on the Silver Eagles side. Most of these kids are multi-sport stars. A lot of them play on the football team. MG finished one game short of the state championship game this past year. I don't know if you followed them at all.
Well, I do live in Wanakee now, as you know. So Wanakee was the state champions.
Yeah, just keep saying
but
it.
I did notice that my alma mater was very strong in football.
Yeah, darn Wanakee. All of us were worried about you, Em, when you married the guy from Illinois, a Bears and Cubs fan, and I hope you're raising Benny right.
He is a Packers fan.
Thank you.
He is a Cubs fan.
Well,
but you win some, you lose some.
I can give you the Cubs fan. There's enough of those around here. You know, my dad rooted for the Cubs before the Brewers came to the state, and our Grandpa Joe was a White Sox fan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, he was a big White Sox fan.
Oh, Gary won't like that.
Oh, well, don't tell him. But yeah, the Bears, boy, that's gonna be a tough one. Poor Benny.
I know. We're really working against that. So hopefully he'll stay strong. He is a huge Packers fan right now.
I'm surprised you folks even let you date this guy.
They were very skeptical. When my dad heard I was dating him, he said, I would rather you date someone who's been in jail than a Bears fan. True story.
That does sound like your dad. So the bad jokes come whether you're half Martinelli or half-legged.
Yep. I get it from both sides.
Oh, man. You couldn't help but be funny. And I don't mean funny looking. You've avoided that part of the Martinelli curse, right?
I don't know about that. Good thing we're not on TV.
Oh, actually, we are on TV. We could hook up a camera if you'd like. And
We'll pass today.
all right. Well, the Silver Eagles have taken the floor after their brief huddle in the locker room. We'll be ready for player introductions. No pep band tonight, so somebody else will have to sing the national anthem. How are the pipes doing? You up for this?
Ooh, definitely tone deaf.
Do you remember Lori Naherniak from when you were in high school? She's still teaching here. And they still have a top-notch music program. It's just fantastic.
Well, I have to say, I was getting my hair done this week in Wanakee, and my hairstylist said her sister is the director of the pep band.
Oh, really?
And that I think it's her first or second year, and she loves it here, she said.
She's just brand new and doing a great job. The pep band is, let's see, they played here Friday night when I was here. No, they're doing really well, but yeah, it's funny. They've got a number of students that sing the national anthem from time to time, and there was one time they didn't have a student, so they're going to play a recording, and whatever happened with the recording, something screwed up and it didn't start, so the whole student section started singing.
Wow, they
it was
stepped
really
up.
It was pretty cool the way they stepped up and
Yeah,
filled
good
the
for
void
them.
there. What I think is cool is at the football games when one of the guys on the team sings the national anthem. They had that some this year.
You know, we're going to take Bennett to a football game, I think, next year, and we'll have to check that out.
Yeah, you'll have to get him out to an MG game.
Yeah.
Tell him you're a legacy.
Are they going to be good next year, too?
Yeah, I think they will be. They've got a lot of talent. They're graduating an all-state quarterback. And a couple of good receivers, but they've got a lot of strong underclassmen coming in, and the JV was good. So it ought to be pretty exciting.
That's great.
All right, the two teams are called to the sidelines. We're just about ready to go. Silver Eagles in their home white jerseys, the Cheesemakers in their red. Monroe's jerseys are much easier to read than their football jerseys. On their football jerseys, they've got the red jersey with white trim around red letters. So it's almost unreadable. So I just make up names.
I still don't know about the font on those warm-up.
Okay, Coach Brian Bassett, I believe he's a relatively new coach. Yeah, his second year at Monroe. He's 11-13 last year, and like we said, 11-6 this year, having a good second half to the season. All right, does that bring back memories of standing out there at the free throw line?
I got a little teary-eyed there.
Yeah, it's been, what, 18 years since you graduated?
Don't age me, please.
A long, long time. No, I just had my 40th, so. All right,
All right.
For the Cheesemakers, number 4, 6'4" senior, David Keegan. Number 15, Max Lang, a 6'4" junior. Number 24, Kevin Schmidt, a 6-foot junior. Number 34, Jonah Tostrud, a 6'2" senior. And number 11, Braden Zettel, a 6'2" senior. Zettel, the leading scorer among that bunch. Cade King must come off the bench. So now your 16-1 Silver Eagles. 6'7" junior forward, number 5, Sam Hepp. Number 23, 6'4" senior, Jimmy Tomei. Manny Moda. Number 2, our second leading scorer, Caden Nelson, a 6'1" junior. The other guard, 6-foot senior, number 21, Max Nelson. They're cousins too.
Is that true?
It's true. And the big man in the middle, Jake Schrockenthaler, number 33, 6'7" senior. Jake, the leading scorer on the team and one of the leading scorers in the conference.
These guys are much taller than when I was in school.
Oh, yeah.
What are they feeding them?
I don't know, but they've had some remarkable size lately. Coach Zweifel, he was here when you graduated.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah, he's still coaching. He's recently won his 250th game here.
Wow, that's incredible.
You know, there's only been 3 boys coaches in the entire school history since 1955.
Really?
It's the truth. Frank
It's
Levac.
a lifetime appointment.
Yeah, Frank Levac, John Verhelst, and now Dan Zweifel for the last 21, 22 years.
Wow.
All right, Hepp jumping center against. Oh. No, that's Cade King jumping center. I missed him in the lineup somehow.
Cade instead of Kevin, I think.
That's it. Max Nelson look inside for a shock. Misses the easy one. Rebound by 15. Max Lang. Watch me fumble with the roster for a little bit here. This is Zettel. Off to King in the right corner. They look inside. Zettel turnaround jumper. No. King with the rebound. Partially blocked. Tomei comes up with the ball. Silver Eagles like to run on offense. A lot of fun to get them moving on the court. Max Nelson for 3. In and out.
Yeah, they're not
Rebound.
your Dick Bennett, Bo Ryan Badgers so
No,
far.
no, they're
They
not
like
going to
to
work
be
it
fast.
slow. Silver Eagles have gone over 80 points, over 90 3 times this season.
Wow, I bet that's more than the Badgers.
Yeah, they're averaging 81 a game. They go inside for King, and King with the first 2 of the game.
I do like that name, Cade King.
Cade
Like the
King.
alliteration.
Maybe your next one. Oh, blocked by King on Schrock. He doesn't give any block. Tomei for 3. Jimmy. First points of the game for the Silver Eagles, and they take the 3-2 lead.
Wow.
Not only do they run well, they shoot the 3 exceptionally well, too. They've got a number of outside shooters. Keegan giving it off to 4-15 Lang.
Returned.
Zettel hitting the three, his first points of the game. It's a 5-3 Monroe lead. Pretty up-tempo start to the game. Nelson to Hepp. Back to Nelson in the corner. They loop it inside to Schrockenthaler. Ooh, boy, did he fire that pass out to Max. Up top to Hepp, inside to Jake. Little left-hand hook for two.
That was definitely an Emily Leggett post move there. Oh, no.
He didn't draw an offensive foul.
No.
Now the Silver Eagles put the press on. This press has been particularly effective as guys like Caden Nelson end up with a lot of steals.
Looks stifling.
They look inside for Lang, back out to King. No, Tostrud. Tomei comes up with the ball. Tomei will give it back to Max Nelson. Looking inside for Schrock. He'll try, oh, nice spin move, no foul called.
They might need a manager to wipe the floor there. It looked a little wet.
You haven't lost the habits, have you?
Nope.
Oh, nice dump pass to King. I don't know what 15 was looking for. Who was that? Lang. He had the easy layup on the left side.
He's a selfless player. He wanted to hand it off.
As bad as Andrea. She was always passing to girls who couldn't shoot. That's what Mike Mayfield said. Nelson will slow
the only
things down.
coach who ever made me cry.
Because he was mean? Or because
Just
you were
tough.
laughing?
Let's just say tough.
I love Mike Mayfield. He's hilarious.
He's a great guy.
Cade Nelson tries to drive and finds it blocked, gives it back to Tomei. Jimmy, the right-hand layup, and Jimmy Tomei with 5 points to start the game. It's a 7-5 MG lead. MG back in that press. 1-2-1-1 with Sam Hepp at the top. That causes a lot of problems with a defensive player like that. Zettel blocked by Tomei.
Wow.
Jimmy's having a great start to the game. Over to Hepp. Sam comes in for the right side for two.
Great block and handoff there.
They run and pass exceptionally well. That defense is tough. King for two more. Cade King with 4 points.
King and the alliteration with 4.
I wonder if his middle name is Kevin or something like that.
I hope so.
KKK.
Oh, wait, I hope
Yeah,
not.
that's not a good
That's
thing.
a bad idea.
Hopefully mom and dad thought better of that.
Yeah.
Schrock fake the handoff. Now he goes into the corner to Tomei. Jimmy's going to throw it up to Max. Give it to cousin Caden. Caden will drive the right baseline. Kick it back. They swing it around. Hepp for three. Sam can't get it, but Jake right there to get the rebound and the putback.
Rebound. Yeah, back to Mike Mayfield. I'd say he was the toughest coach I've worked with. Even tougher than Bo Ryan.
Really?
He knows his stuff.
He does know basketball. He's fun to talk to. Tomei with the rebound on the miss, and Jimmy will bring it up again. He's getting a lot of touches early in the game. For the guy that's the 5th leading scorer on the team, he's touching the ball an awful lot. Max Nelson for three, nothing but net there.
Is he a left-handed?
I'm not sure if he is or not.
So watch that again.
Max is definitely a shooter, though. Leads the team in threes with, well, unofficially 28 of them now. You remember how many threes you hit in your career?
0, I think would be the right number.
That's what I've got recorded,
Yeah.
yes.
I do remember my career high.
What is that?
13 points.
13.
Yep. It was an away game.
Oh, see, I didn't
I don't know
have
if you
that.
were there.
Yeah.
Should have said 27.
13.
I mean, that was my average. Yep. Just
Your
away,
average.
though, when you were in there.
Your average, yeah. I know better than that.
13 points and 4 fouls was my average.
Yeah, I would dare say that you probably fouled out more than you got into double figures, huh?
Yes, that's definitely true.
My friend Denny, the one who was the football manager, after graduation worked first for the UW and then for the Big Ten in sports information, writing the media guides and things like that. Here's a drive by number 4. Who was that guy? Keegan knocked out of bounds, and it'll be cheesemaker ball. He was telling me when they write the media guides, a player such as yourself that didn't score a lot of points or get a lot of rebounds was listed as adding depth. Whistle underneath the basket. I think this might be on Ogden.
Well, I'm not surprised he continued doing something with sports. A lot of my manager colleagues were coaches or video coordinators at Wisconsin or other schools. And I think Wisconsin has a manager right now who is the basketball operations director. She
Oh,
started
really?
as a manager, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yep.
All
So I
right.
didn't live up to my potential.
All right, Monroe changes out all 5 players now. That's an announcer's nightmare. The Silver Eagles bring in Ogden and Henry Houston. Who's 23 here? Hunter Ward with the ball off to Kevin Schmidt. 12 isn't even on my roster. Therefore, he should be called Calhoun. 3 ball. Nope, nothing there. Barely hit the floor, but saved from going out of bounds. Picked up by Ogden, quickly ahead to Hep. Coming down the left side, and he draws a foul.
I wonder if they pulled 12 up from junior varsity or something.
I don't know, could be. But yeah, there's no 12 on the roster, so in salute to my grandfather, he'd always say give the ball to Calhoun. When a guy's not on the roster, we refer to him as Calhoun.
Perfect.
Screwed me up a few years ago when the MG girls had a player named Kelly Calhoun.
Oh, you couldn't do that year.
Well, no, but it's all right. I liked her. She ended up playing for MATC and had a good career. Playing for Mayfield at MATC.
Oh.
Okay, Jacob Meyer handing it off to Schmidt. Back to the Meyer in the corner. He'll come up top. Hunter Ward. That's a good name, isn't it? Hunter Ward, guarded by Ogden.
Strong
Ogden,
name.
at number 4 down there for the Silver Eagles, Alec Ogden is the kid I was telling you about at the All-State quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Knocked that one out of bounds. Ward's shot.
Do we know, does Monroe normally rotate their whole 5 in and out together?
I've seen it before. I have a feeling it's an early game thing. Get everybody a few minutes and
Yeah, warm
get
them
them
up.
warmed up, yeah. All right, Henry Houston, the junior, called for his first foul, and that'll send Ward to the line for a couple. Knocks the first one down. Got to make your free throws. 12:30 to play in the first half. A 14-8 MG lead. Ward lining up the second one. Makes it a 14-9 game. First 2 points of the night for Hunter Ward, or for the afternoon. Now Hep will hand off to Caden Nelson. Caden will get across the timeline, but not before he's fouled. Is Bennett behaving himself over there?
Yeah, he looks like he's pretty intrigued. He did bring his Matchbox cards, though, so if he, at age 4, you can't count on him to sit through a whole game.
Yeah, that's true. At age 58, it gets hard to. All right, foul on Kevin Schmidt of the Cheesemakers. Silver Eagles inbounding at half court. Fair number of Monroe parents here. Not a lot of students, of course.
I'm impressed with the snow and the distance.
Ogden inside to Schrock, but Jay can't get it to drop. Rebound Cheesemakers. Hunter Ward with the ball. Top of the key. Guarded by Jake. Ward 6'2", giving up 5 inches to Jake. Into the paint. Out to Kevin Schmidt. Swings it over to Meyer. Meyer fighting Calhoun for the ball. See how he worked that in so smoothly? Ward. Silver Eagle defense doing a good job not allowing anything inside. And they're moving the ball around the perimeter, but they're not getting any inside looks at all. Ward, a long 3. Nope. Rebound, Tomei.
Yeah, I don't know about that shot.
Henry Houston. Henry was the lead scorer in last night's game, or night before. Jake, a long 2. The big man steps outside and shows he's got some range. He's got 6 points already.
I think that guy can play at the next level.
Yeah, he's got some good inside moves and showing he can step out a little bit. Now we got a foul under the basket. I think they're going to get Caden on this one. We're on a first name basis with a lot of these guys.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, second foul on Caden Nelson. I missed the first one, but he's going to take a seat, and Max Nelson will come in and take his place. We got Nelson, Ogden, Tomei, Houston, and Schrockenthaler. Inbound to Zettel and back to Keegan. Tostrud. They switched the lines out again. Tostrud blocked by Schrock. Picked up by Tomei. We're saying Jimmy's name an awful lot here in the second half of the season. He goes in from the left side, can't get it to drop. Tip to Max Nelson, outside to Henry. He'll drive into the paint, 10-foot jumper. 2 for Henry Houston.
Yeah, Monroe seems like they're trying a lot of different things here to break down MG. Not necessarily working so far, but getting some good looks.
No, the Silver Eagles out to an 18-9 lead with 10:48 to play in the half. What do we got? Ooh, They tee up one of the Silver Eagles. Yeah, Alec Ogden getting the technical. He'll go take a seat.
Ooh, what was that for?
I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, Caden King will go to the line to shoot the free throws. He's listed at 6'6", but I don't know. He doesn't seem that tall. Yeah.
Well, you know, they like to add a few inches on.
Oh, I know, but like you being 5'9", right?
Right. Is that what I was listed at?
Yep.
Oh. Yep. See, you add one or two.
All right, King bangs the first one off the front of the rim. Second one coming up. Hey, he made that one. King with 5 points. He's their early leader. Cuts into the MG lead. It is 18-10. Now the Cheesemakers will get the ball at half court. David Keegan inbounding. Keegan running the offense after Zettel gives it back to him. Picked up by Max Nelson. This is Zettel on the right side. Into the corner, to Cade King, inside to Zettel.
Good pass.
I don't know if it was Schrock or Jimmy Tomeo got a hand on that one. Max Nelson can't get it to drop. Rebound Cheesemakers, and they got Zettel on the run on the right side. He'll pull back now. Keegan in the corner. Out to King blocked by Schreck that time. Ahead to Sam. Sam showing a little touch, can't get it to drop. They've missed a couple of those bunnies.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen so many blocks in a high school game in a
while. No, they're
though.
really getting up on the air on these guys. This is King at the free throw line, now drives in. Almost had it slapped away. Kostrud missing. Tipped. Sam Hepp comes up with the Silver Eagles with the numbers. Max Nelson, I think he bounced it off somebody's foot.
Yeah, I think that was a football. Wrong sport.
Yep.
I'm glad my son is cheering for Monona Grove today. I was worried when he heard that they were the Cheesemakers that he would be a Monroe fan because he does love cheese. It is one of the best nicknames.
Is it better than the Paper Makers, or actually I like Kaukauna, the Ghosts,
or the Pretzels in Illinois?
Seriously, the Pretzels?
Mm-hmm. Or the Nimrods in the UP of Michigan.
Oh yeah, I remember the Nimrods.
That's a good one.
There's a couple new teams in the conference this year. Watertown has been added, and they're the Goslings. Yeah, that's terrifying, isn't it? Long three for Zettel, missed. Rebound by Jake. He'll
Watch
bring
out
it up
for
on the left.
Goslings.
Yeah. Give it to Tomei. Good drive in, kick it back to Henry Houston for three. Henry! Houston, a nice shooter.
Nice, yeah.
He's got 5 points. He had 12 the other night. Continuing his hot touch. This is Hunter Ward.
I think it's the Freeport Pretzels, if I recall
Freeport
correctly.
Pretzels. Kostrud lost the handle. Still on the floor.
Ooh, good hustle.
With a scrum. Yeah, good effort there. Zettel almost thought about the long three. Give it to Keegan on left elbow. Up on top. Now they swing it around to Hunter Ward. Tries to go baseline. Up to Keegan for three. Nope. Rebound Hepp.
Great box out there.
Yeah, did you see how he moved that guy out?
He did.
That was nice. Rebounding is more about positioning than jumping. Nelson to the free throw line. Back to Houston. Houston in for the left side for two more. Henry has 7 points in the first half. And we still have 8 minutes and 8 seconds to play.
What does he normally average?
Let me check here quick. Henry's averaging 7 a game. He's at 7 already.
He's already got his average.
Yeah, and we're just a little past the 10-minute mark of the game. Keegan guarded by Nelson. They get it back to Keegan on the right side. Kick it up top to Ward. Ward with the three-pointer, missed. Rebound by Schrock. Ahead to Sam Hepp. Sam will pull up, whip it across court, into the corner, Tomei. Up top to Houston. Look inside for Schrock. Sam Hepp from the right side, nothing but net.
That was almost a swing offense there.
That was nice ball movement,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Good passing.
Sam Hepp with 5 points in his first three of the night. Silver Eagles have hit 4 threes already, and they're out to a 26-10 lead. I didn't expect them to get that big of a lead this early in the game. Monroe's a pretty decent team, and we shouldn't be. Actually, we should be scoring a lot more. We've missed some easy baskets here, but
True.
I didn't think we'd have this easy of a time. A lot of game left, though. 7:22 in the
Yeah, I
first
hope they
half.
don't get too confident.
No, I don't think that's been a problem for the most part. You know, I mentioned against Fort Atkinson, they seemed to be kind of lackadaisical when they first came out. If anything, they could be a little tired, because let's see. They played Westfield 2 nights ago, Milton.
I don't even know
A few
where
days before
Westfield
that?
is.
I think it's Milwaukee's suburb.
Ah.
I don't know.
Well,
Better
with
than-
a good coach, he'll calm them down and make sure they're
Oh, yeah.
focused.
Yeah,
He's great.
Coach Z does a great job. He's got a good record here, and he's got some good assistants too. The one guy with the white shirt right here on the right side, is Andy Whitty. He was one of John Verhelst's players.
Yep.
Andy and his brother Dave among the all-time leading scorers.
Didn't he
for
play
MT.
at Eau Claire or some? So I thought
He played somewhere in
yeah.
college. Yeah, Andy was a good
Yeah,
player.
well known, good guy too. That whole family.
Yeah. All right, Cheesemakers with the ball. This is Ward bringing it up against Henry Houston. They go to Zettel, and he throws it away.
Ooh, right through the hands. My dad used to say, if you can touch it, you can catch it.
That should be the case.
We're a softball reference, but still.
Yeah. Anthony Ellis-Crail in the game for the Silver Eagles. Let's see, he's taking Jake's spot, so the Silver Eagles play with a little smaller lineup in there. Sam Hepp moves to the post. Jimmy Tomei to the free throw line, up top to Max for 3. Nope, rebound. Who's 24 again? I'm losing him already. Cade King, geez, how am I forgetting him?
Yeah, you got to remember him.
Ooh, almost lost the handle on it there is Calhoun. Up to Lang up top. Back to Calhoun in the corner. Zettel trying to drive in from the right side for 2. Nice move.
Yeah, that was a good drive. He got some height on that jumper, too. He was pretty far off the ground.
He really elevates. Tomei, give it to Houston. Thought about the 3, now drive into the post. Oh, and a charge called on Henry Houston. Second foul on Henry by my count.
Are we allowed to comment on the referees or no? Just wondering.
As long as we're not too mean. I don't know.
Just curious.
I have a good friend at work who's a former referee, and I give
It's a
him a
hard
hard time about
job.
it all the time. I saw him in his car recently, and I told him I was a little panicked that he couldn't see me. All right, Cheesemakers bringing up after the offensive foul on Houston. Tostred guarded by Hepp. Up top to Zettel. Long 3. Wow. Nice falling away 3-pointer.
Yeah. You know, one of the manager jobs at UW is to take care of the referees, including bringing them towels when they get sweaty.
Uh-huh.
That was not my favorite part, but they're usually pretty nice guys.
Oh, that's good. It's hard work. You couldn't pay me enough to do it.
Yeah, especially at that level, the travel.
Nelson to Tomei for 3. Nope. Rebound Cheesemakers. Monona Grove usually gets more offensive rebounds than this. Calhoun to Zettel coming in from the right side. Silver Eagles all over the place, and somebody picks up a foul. We're going to get Anthony Ellis-Crail. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like a little teeny push.
Oh, that's not Anthony. That's Jaden in there now. The substitute player is so fast I can't even see him. Coach Z runs a lot of guys into the game. He'll go 10 deep in the first half.
Well, if they're running so fast up and down, they need their rest.
Yes. Especially when you're playing a couple games in a couple nights. You know, my partner, Bob, in football games says, you know, you're in high school, you bounce back pretty quick, but at some point late in the season like this, it starts to wear you down a little.
Yeah.
You remember games like that when you're running on fumes?
Oh, especially those away games, like for instance Monroe, where you're driving an hour and then, you know, you have to get there, warm up, get the game, get back late, still have schoolwork,
Sure.
eat somewhere in
Some
there.
late
It's
nights.
exhausting by the end of the season.
Hepp with the alley-oop. Sam Hepp with 7 points. He averages 11. Zettel's a nice player. I like him. Tostred trying to go into the paint against Hepp. Blocked by Sam.
Wow.
Sam baseball pass down to Alec Ogden. Ogden in from the left side. Can't get it to drop. Rebound, Ward. Zettel. Well, they're on Zettel as soon as he touches the ball.
Yelling shooter.
Did they ever yell that at you?
I can't say that they did. Maybe Fowler?
Yeah, they just all stand around and wait for the charge to happen, right? We're being a little hard on you.
Oh, it's fair. It's earned.
Zettel, wow, that's another long three. Not going to drop, though. Rebound, Ogden.
You know, maybe we retired my seasons because I don't remember our teams doing so well back
No,
then.
I checked, and your combined record in your 2 varsity seasons was 9-31.
We were better at soccer and volleyball.
Yeah. And you were coached both years on varsity by Sam Matheson, right?
Yep,
Okay.
Great guy.
Sam
Really
is
great
having
guy.
tremendous success down in Monroe now. He's been the girls' coach on there since he left MG, and
Wow,
he's had
yeah.
tremendous success there. State
And
champs once. And
I think he played at Mankato State, maybe?
Well, could be.
Yeah, he was a good player in college.
yeah, he's got some good players down in Monroe, including his own 2 daughters.
Oh, that's great.
They're both on varsity now. Grace is just a freshman, and Sydney's a senior. The basket for Ogden, and he draws the foul.
Yeah, I enjoyed playing for him. I'm sorry we couldn't get a better record to keep make him happy, but we just weren't the most talented class.
Class of 2000, or as we call it,
We were the smoke-free class of 2000.
That's
the
right.
First class that was not gonna. Say I'm still smoke-free. I've never smoked a cigarette, so it worked for me.
Yeah, I'm sure Joe's the same way.
Yep.
Ogden misses the free throw. Jake with the putback. Ogden with the follow. Who wants this one? Jake takes it away. We're going to get a whistle underneath, a jump ball. See, they're getting second and third chances here, but not converting on them. And I don't know, that possession arrow thing is broken because it always points to the other team, it seems like. .353 to play in the first half, a 30-17 MG lead. Sorry, I'm not keeping up on the score here. Em and I are having too much fun.
Seems like
Nice
it'd be
pass
closer. Another block.
Dagan Rock, number 30. How do you pronounce that? That's a different name.
I'm gonna go Dagan Roch. Yeah.
Dagan Roch, number 30 into the game. Oh, and they lost it out of bounds. That was Keegan. Calhoun touching it. 3:42 to play. 30-17 lead. Good defense for the Silver Eagles. The Cheesemakers have had some trouble scoring points this season. Schrock, the right-hand hook, not going to drop.
Yeah, they're not a tall team, but even more noticeable is I would call them smaller than the MG team.
Yeah, definitely.
Are they young?
Not particularly. They don't have a lot of talent returning from last year's team. Zettel, the lone starter, coming back.
Oh, that'll do it.
Whereas the Silver Eagles had all these guys playing varsity last year. King draws the foul. Little frustration there on Roch's part.
MG was pretty good last year, too, weren't they?
Yes, they were. I don't have the record at my fingertips, but all right, the foul called on Ogden, his second. We'll send, who is that? 24's King. I should know him. King, 2 out of 3 from the line. Second one coming up. These two teams played each other back on December 12th. The Silver Eagles handling them easily, jumping out to a 51-28 halftime lead, and then coasting to an 85-62 victory. That was back in the era, though, or the time of the season when Monroe was up and down. They're playing a lot better recently. King hits the second one.
Yeah, probably just getting those kids adjusted to playing it at the varsity level and gelling together.
That's one thing with the Silver Eagles. Even though they've got a lot of young guys, they got a lot of experience on varsity. Last year, Hepp lost the handle, going in. Schrock picks it up and can't get it to drop. Sam gets the rebound. Caden for 3. Boom.
Nice. Great form on that guy.
You seen that video of the kid, the announcer going, boom goes the dynamite?
Yeah.
I saw that just the other night, and it makes me so happy that I haven't done anything that bad, I don't think. Loop inside to 15 is Lang, and he can't get it to drop. Now it's a race to the ball, and Lang will pick it up before it goes out of bounds. Over and back, it's MG ball.
Have you accumulated any catchphrases over these years? Your 24 years at the mic?
Maybe I've said a few things a couple of times, but to bring them up in this context seems self-promoting.
That's what we're here for.
All right, I'll give you one.
The listeners want to hear.
Mike Vig, he was a few years after you, a great three-point shooter, and Butch Vig's nephew.
Yeah, I know.
Mike would stand out in the corner and just hit 3 after 3, and I started saying "make it rain" because he threw it up so high it looked like he was seeding the clouds. Caden Nelson can't get the 3 to drop. Rebound Cheesemaker, and Jake is called for over the back.
I'm sure he liked that.
He was fun to watch. And then there was the Keeler boys. They were friends of Andrea's. She played a lot of driveway basketball with them.
Oh.
There's 2 of them, and boy, both of them could shoot.
Steve is referencing another MG standout, Andrea Martinelli.
Yep. And Andrea will be here a week from today, helping me do the girls' game.
We'll have to tune into that.
Let's see who we're playing that day. Ooh, Milton, the Red Hawks. King missing the free throw. Silver Eagles down the floor in a hurry. Tomei cross court to Max Nelson. Max into the lane. Give it to Caden up top. Caden, he'll drive. Nice little hesitation. Can't get it to drop, though.
That was still a great move. Didn't finish, but great move.
Caden, a junior, but his second year on varsity. Let's see. Dagan Roch called for his second foul. That'll send Caden to the line for the first time. First free throw is good. He has 4 points.
I think I heard a rock. Dragon Rock, maybe? I don't know.
It's still a bad name. I mean, who would name their kid Dagan?
The people who are watching should comment and let us know how it's pronounced.
Maybe it's ethnic. If it's ethnic, that's cool. But if it's just somebody making up something, I don't know.
Yep, I agree. If it comes from somewhere, that's cool.
Yeah, Jaden Robinson in the game for the Silver Eagles. Oh, right into the hands of Max Nelson. Did you see him take it off the guy's hand?
Yeah.
To Hep in left corner, cross court to Tomei. Jimmy thought about driving in from the right. Find Max. Back to Tomei on the right. He'll go baseline. Up top to Max Nelson. To Hep, right side 3 ball. No. Rebound.
Nelson, though, that was
Lang.
a pickpocket move there.
The way he took that off that guy's hand was sweet. Foul on Schrockenthaler, his second one. Jake with only 2 fouls, 6 points. Kind of reverse line as you.
Player after my own heart.
Yep.
You know, somebody has to stand underneath and let them know they can't just run in there and
That's
get them
right.
up easy.
Well, now we got a volleyball court issue.
Uh-oh.
One of the little floor plates loose.
You know, if there were managers, they could deal with that.
Well, they do have managers, but they're better at the towel handling, the water bottle disbursement. Here we've got Sam Hep and Max Nelson helping. There's the principal. Oh, and the athletic director, Jeff Schreiner's got things well in hand.
You'd be surprised to know I did not get to hand out water bottles during my career as a manager at Wisconsin. They had the athletic trainers do that.
Really?
Yep, so I got to do towels and wiping up the floor, but
Oh.
the best part was sitting underneath the basket at the games. There was a manager at each end, and a number of players fell on me, most memorably Mateen Cleaves.
Oh, your brush with glory.
Yes.
Your literal brush
Yes.
with glory. All right, Lang hits the first one. That makes it a 35-20 MG lead, 1:07 to play in the half. First half just flying here, not a lot of stoppages. Lang.
I think it just feels faster because of the company, too. I mean,
Oh, thanks. All right, substitutions coming in. Lang will sit down, and Jonah Tostro to come in.
noticing that my 4-year-old has his shoes off in the bleachers there, so
Well,
he's
you
making
know,
himself comfy in the gym.
That's good. He feels comfortable. He feels at home here.
Yep.
Caden Nelson back to Tomei. Jimmy will back up now. Give it to Caden again. To the free throw line. Back to Tomei on the right side. Silver Eagles taking their time. 44 seconds left in the first half. They've got a 15-point lead. No rush here. This is Max Nelson.
I like they're slowing it down here.
Caden into the lane. Lays up.
Oh,
lays it up and in.
He had to take that one. Beautiful move.
Caden with 7 points. This is Zettel looking inside.
Oh.
Tostrad misses it. And
Good
knocked out of bounds by Tomei.
Good hesitation there by Jake. Nope, Carson. Carson? No. Who's Monroe 34?
Oh, Monroe's 34. Sorry about that. Jonah Tostrad.
Good hesitation by Jonah.
All right, 14.3 seconds left in the half. They inbound to Tostrad. Up top to Ward. Kick it to Keegan. Zettel for 3. Nope.
Oh.
Ogden saves it from going out of bounds, but the Cheesemakers get it. Throw up a last-second shot.
Almost.
And they'll go to the locker room with the Silver Eagles ahead, 37-21. I'm Steve Martinelli. Me and the Hammer will be back with the second half of basketball. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the second half of Silver Eagle basketball. MG boys on top over the Monroe Cheesemakers, 37-21. Steve Martinelli here alongside MG legend Emily the Hammer Leggett. Can I still call you Emily Leggett?
You sure can. My husband does.
He wants nothing to do with you at those times, huh? Well, I want to remind everybody that Monday night there's an MG choir concert here at the high school at 7:30 p.m. And then next Saturday night, when we'll be here with my niece Andrea Martinelli broadcasting the girls' game against Milton, the AV Club is running the concession stand, and they get the proceeds. So come on out to the game. Don't stay at home listening to me and Andrea. Come on out to the game and contribute to the AV Club.
Yeah, and don't eat dinner beforehand. Buy lots of snacks.
There you
contribute
go.
To this.
Hot dogs.
This is a hardworking team. I met them today for the first time. A great group of guys.
These guys work as hard as the basketball team. They put in a lot of long hours. They do a lot of broadcasting. Monona Community Media does a full slate of broadcasting, all the city council meetings and school board and choir concerts and school play and athletic events. I mean, there's some of these kids that put in a lot of hours, equal to that of an athlete.
It's hard work. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them end up with a career in this.
Several of them have in the past. Some of them making pretty decent careers out of it. Well, in upcoming games, how about one starting at 2:30 today? The Silver Eagle girls are playing the Lodi Blue Devils at Lodi. The boys will be back here. Let's see, that's next Tuesday night. We're not doing that game on TV, so you got to come watch them in person against Lakeside Lutheran. The girls travel to Monroe Tuesday night to take on their Cheesemaker girls. The boys will be at Edgewood next Friday, and then next Saturday is our next broadcast game. That'll be a radio game as well when we take on Milton. Not much of the season left before we get into the playoffs, Em.
When do those start?
Let me look. No, I got it covered up in here with the standings.
I'm asking the hard questions.
Yeah,
today.
let's see. Girls regionals start February 23rd. And now the girls play up in the Resch Center up in Green Bay for the state tournament now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the boys.
So the boys are still at the Cole
still at
Center,
the Cole,
right?
yeah.
My office is behind the Cole Center, so last year we had a parking situation.
Oh, I would imagine so.
It's so fun to play at the Cole Center though, and just when I was in school, the boys made it to state, and just the whole high school going to those games, and so I hope this team gets there. They have quite the chance.
This is a pretty talented team, and the way they're playing tonight, they should extend that current winning streak. I think the current one is only 4 or 5 in a row. They had their lone loss to Stoughton. It was basically the conference championship. Stoughton's not even ranked, and MG's ranked 4th in the state, so it's an anomaly.
Yeah.
Play them again, we'll beat them again.
A couple people are probably sick.
Yeah, let's go with that. All right, Silver Eagles will start with the ball in the second half. This is Hep. Left side, Caden Nelson. Tomei at the free throw line. Give it off to Max on the right. Back to Caden up top. They look inside for Jake. Oh, nice backdoor pass to Tomei, and he draws the foul. That'll send Tomei to the line. No, they're not going to go to the line. He wasn't shooting, apparently. But they're going to call a foul on number 4. David Keegan, his first.
Not too much foul trouble
No.
for MG yet.
The thing that kept Monroe in the game in the first half was their free throw shooting. I have them 9 out of 11. They only hit 5 field goals in the first half, but made 9 free throws.
Maybe they've been spending most of their practice shooting free throws.
Maybe that's it. Silver Eagles only 2 out of 3 from the line, but they hit as many threes as the other team did in all their field goals.
Yeah, this is a great shooting team.
Got a lot of weapons. Max Nelson into the lane, has it taken away.
Got caught up there.
Toaster ahead to Zettel. Zettel in from the left side. Miss. Toaster with the follow. There, tip in.
Third try there, they got it in.
Those are the ones the Silver Eagles usually get.
Well, I think we would have blocked out there better, but we're still getting down to that end of the court. It went so fast.
All right, Tomei picks up the whistle. Another player called for fouling him. I think this is Keegan, number 4. Yeah, he got called just a second ago. 2 fouls on Keegan.
He's on a roll. He's on the Leggett plan. Just get a couple quick fouls, get him scared.
All right, look at this. I got this whole list of questions for you.
Oh.
You played volleyball, softball, and basketball. Which one was your favorite?
So my favorite to play was volleyball because I was best at it, but my favorite to watch is always basketball, obviously. And being a manager, I wanted to spend a lot of time watching basketball.
So what sport would you have played if you weren't playing those 3?
Ooh, that's an interesting question.
And a charging call on Caden Nelson. That was a hammer-like move.
Yeah, I don't know. Unlike Andrea Martinelli, a famous soccer player, I was not good at, nor did I enjoy soccer. Too much running.
Well, Andrea, in her fall sport, was on cross country, if you want to talk about too much running.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Maybe swimming. I was on swim team for a minute.
Oh, okay. That's one I wouldn't have guessed, but I have no reason for not guessing it.
What was your guess?
Golf. I would have given you golf. Toastrud with the basket there. He's got 4 points in the second half. It was scoreless in the first. Blocked by Hep.
Wow.
Or Hep getting it blocked. This is Zettel. Over to Lang. Lang looks inside for Keegan. Up top to Toastrud. Lang to Zettel. They're guarding Zettel pretty closely after those threes he hit. Keegan taking the 3. Missed. Nice rebound by Tomei. He comes down in the floor in a hurry to Max Nelson. Up top to Caden. Caden at the free throw line. Nope. Give it to Schreckenthaler with the putback. Tomei missing that 3 from the right side, but Schreck right there for the putback. Schreck with just 8 points now. Well off his average. All right, when you were playing ball, who's the professional player you admired? You had to have a favorite back then.
Well, I'm embarrassed to say now because I do not like Duke anymore, but Grant Hill was my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like Grant, very
Still
well
like
spoken.
him as a person, yeah.
Air ball by the Cheesemakers, rebound Max Nelson.
I do not enjoy the NBA these days, though. It's almost cliche to say that, but I prefer college.
Cross court pass to Tomei. Into the lane, spin move, lays up the right-hander for
that
2.
Was beautiful.
Jimmy Tomei has really developed some good moves here in the second half of the season. He's got 7 points, 5 in the first half. Silver Eagles really spread out their scoring in the first half. 7 points apiece for Hep, Houston, and Caden Nelson. 6 for Schreckenthaler, 5 for Tomei. They had scoring coming from all sorts of guys. Schrock with this rebound. Almost had it stripped away from him. Now Tomei will bring it up. Yeah, all those guys scoring from MG on the Monroe side of things. If not for Zettel and King, they'd be getting thumped. Caden for 3. Nope. Rebound. Who's at 15? Lang. I keep forgetting him. 41-25. The Silver Eagles lead this one.
Yeah, we knew Cade King was going to be good with a name like that, though.
Nice up and down move there. Gets the basket and the foul. I expected him to look taller, though. With a name like Cade. Doesn't that just scream taller?
It does.
All right, let's flash back again. Who is your favorite teammate out of all those sports?
Oh, my goodness.
Who did you enjoy playing with?
That could be a controversial question, too.
All right, well, you can name a couple of them.
Basketball for sure. Annie Getchell was our high scorer and always a fun person to play with. think she still lives in the area.
She might. I went to school with her mom.
But of course, playing with Andrea was fun because I think her sophomore year she was on varsity or played some varsity. So it was awesome that we got to play together.
Max Nelson for the layup there. Yeah, that was kind of cool having you both on the team at the same time. Do you know Andrea graduated with 11 varsity letters?
How is that even possible?
4 years of cross country, 4 years of soccer, and 3 of basketball.
Wow. And now she's a doctor.
And now she's a doctor, yeah.
We'll have to ask, you'll be asking her medical questions next week, right?
I try to avoid it. I really don't need
probably
those out
tells
over
you to
the
stop.
air.
Yeah.
Yeah. She charges me a $15 copay. Tomei called for the foul. We'll send Toaster to the line. All right. Who is one of your teammates that worked the hardest?
That would be me, obviously.
Oh, of course. Your skills showed it.
No, I don't. Do you remember Natasha Cradaville?
Yes, I do.
She was a hard worker.
One of my favorites in that era was Amy Johnson, but only because it wasn't until the end of her senior year before she finally scored a basket.
It takes a lot of work to do practices and put in your best every day.
My point exactly. Caden Nelson, a nice drive to the basket for 2. The Silver Eagles putting some distance between themselves and the Cheesemakers, and a timeout called by Monroe. 45-28, 13:33 to play in the game. Make sure I get Caden's points here. I've got Caden for 9 now. All right, let's see. Your most memorable game, not counting the one where you supposedly scored 13.
13-point game.
I'm going to have to search for evidence of that.
Do you want to hear a really sad story? I'm sure the listeners will enjoy.
Your second best game was only 3 points?
After that game, I found out that my dog passed away.
Oh, no.
I think it was at Monroe maybe, too.
Mom and Dad were keeping that secret from you until after the game?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice to protect your
Just a depressing story for the
child.
listeners today.
All right. What team did you like playing against?
Well, I'll tell you, ironically, I hated playing against Wanakee. I thought they were so good. And
it's funny how many MG athletes will say that.
Yeah.
Regardless of sport, I've asked that question to a number of people, and they've always said, Wanakee, I hate Wanakee.
It's incredible living there, the emphasis on sports. It's just the whole community is really single-focused on that.
Tomei with the block. Ball retained by the Cheesemakers. They work it around the perimeter. Toaster to Schmidt. Back to Zettel up top. Tomei, tight defense on him. They've been switching off players. King against Ogden. Can't get a shot off. Gets it back to Zettel up top. Schmidt to Toastrud. Toastrud pastry.
I
gets
keep
the
saying
basket.
you're saying toaster, thinking you say toaster when you say that.
All right. What else?
I
have
a good Badger story for you.
Okay, tell us a good Badger story.
Well, it's just a quick fun fact, actually. I taught Dick Bennett how to use an ATM.
Well, he was from Clintonville, coached in Stevens Point. He probably didn't see a lot of ATMs up in the sticks.
Yeah. And I think we call them time machines then.
Yeah, TYME.
Yeah, when I moved and asked somebody where the time machine was, I think in Minneapolis or Chicago, and they looked at me like I was, what era are you trying to go to?
What does TIME stand for? It's an acronym.
Take your money everywhere.
Yes!
Oh, wow.
Very good.
Score for me.
All right, a whistle called. This is a foul against the Cheesemakers. So we've mentioned your poor husband, Gary. Nice guy despite being from Illinois. What does Gary do for a
Very
living?
nice guy. Gary is a controller for Van Holten's, a pickle company in Waterloo.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool job. He's in charge of accounting and finance, IT and HR, and we've gotten some tours of the pickle factory, which is
You get
pretty
free
neat.
pickles?
Yep.
Sweet. And dill? Oh, see what I did there? That's pretty bad, isn't it?
Ironically, Gary really likes a pun.
All right. He'll enjoy that one,
Fan
right?
of the pun.
Schrockenthaler for 2. I'm probably missing a lot of baskets here. I've got Jake into double figures now with 10 points. 47-32. The Silver Eagle lead is 15 with about 11 and a half minutes to play. This is Hunter Ward with the ball against Big Jake. He'll stop and put up the 15-footer. Not even close. Rebound Tomei. Quickly ahead to Caden. Caden,
Nice
dump it over to
pass.
Jake. How about that? Jake started that fast break and finished it with an easy 2. Silver Eagles coasting in this one now. They seem to have the game well in hand and just playing out the rest of the next 11 minutes and 14 seconds.
Hopefully we'll get some players in here soon that we don't see as often.
We will undoubtedly. All right, tell us about your dad's hobby. He's, he had a long career with Blue Bunny, and then now he's developed a hobby that's actually something he's really, really good at.
Well, I think he's good, but I'm biased. He is a wildlife photographer, and he's actually in a gallery in Prairie du Sac, and so you can see him there. Bob Leggett Photography is a website as well. And they travel all around. And
they've been to Alaska how many times now?
Oh, many, yeah. I've been twice, but they've been many.
Cade King making the free throw off the Hep foul.
It's funny, though. He does not like to take pictures of people, so he won't do, family photos for us or anything.
He's a great photographer.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of his work, and his website is very well done. King hitting both of them.
Yeah, he loves birds and flowers, but not
so
ask
fond
him
of
to take
people.
Yeah.
So how long has it been since you've been in the high school? Have you been back since graduation, you think?
Maybe since graduation, but not in at least 10 years, probably.
Wow.
I recently moved back last year from Chicago,
Right.
my husband and son and I, so we were there for 12 years.
Tomei baseline drive for 2. Jimmy Tomei with 9 by my count. 51-34. MG just keeps rolling. They're making it look easy with that fast break. Houston tight D. Shrek gets the block. King with the putback. Cade King's a strong inside player, but I haven't seen a lot of outside moves for him yet. And he'll go to the line, the foul on Henry Houston, his third.
Well, and he's playing really well, especially against this defense. So this inside defense from MG has been fantastic today.
Yeah. All right, I've got King hitting 6 out of 9 from the free throw line. That's the majority of his points. No, I've got him for 16 points altogether.
Yeah.
Caden Nelson,
Wow.
full court. Can't get it to drop, though. Rebound Cheese.
He is fast.
Yeah, he's a quick little feller. And I say
He
little,
may be
saying
in
he's
track
6'1".
and field or cross country.
I'm not aware of. I believe he plays soccer.
Oh, that would make sense.
We got a kid on the bench, Joey Scalisi, who's one of the best soccer players in the conference.
Wow.
Led him in scoring. But I always admire the kids who can play multiple sports and still get their schoolwork done.
Yeah. It's hard. You have 2.5 hours of practice and then eat, then schoolwork, bed.
Tomei again.
Not to mention lifting weights and things
Yeah.
like that. Social team events, all that stuff.
Better than being a cheerleader?
The effort is actually one of the reasons that I personally think college players should get more than just tuition and room and board.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
It's just the amount that I saw those kids work. I was putting in the 40 hours. They easily were doing 80, 100 hours a week of effort.
Sure. Sam Hepp hitting the deck, drawing the foul. Sam making an argument that he should be shooting free throws, but instead he'll go to the bench. Subs coming in for the Silver Eagles. Anthony Ellis, Joey Scalisi. We were just talking. No, Joey's not in there. I missed him. Ogden, Caden Nelson, Max Nelson, Shrek, and Anthony Ellis.
Max Nelson, good move.
Max with 7 points. See, they're spreading the scoring around tonight.
Yeah.
Now King, nice move against Shrek. Has to pass out to Tostrad, though. Now he's harassed and stripped by Ogden. No, that's Caden. I'm sorry. Caden go to the basket and draws the foul, and we'll get 2 shots.
I think that's when you have a really good team when, and any night somebody can be getting some points in that you might not expect.
Yeah. Jake, the big guy, gets most of most of the time he's the leading scorer, but
Makes sense.
they've got enough other guys. They got 4 guys averaging in double figures, so that balance is really nice. Caden makes his first. He's hit 3 in a row from the free throw line. Caden's second one coming up. Off the front of the rim. Jinxed him.
That was our fault. Sorry, Caden.
It's funny how many times a guy will go to the line for the other team and he'll say his first trip to the line, and then he'll sink a free throw. Zettel, another long 3 off the rim. Lang with the rebound, saves it from going out of bounds. Gets it to one of his teammates, Cade King. King with the tip in, no. Rebound, Ogden. Down the floor, in a hurry to Max Nelson. Max to Caden, up top to Ellis. Max for 3, nope. Jake was reaching for that one rather than moving his feet.
He almost went over there, over the back.
8:10 to play in the game, a 56-41 MG lead. They've been hanging around a 15-point lead most of the second half here. Can't quite put them away. Zettel thought about the 3, dribbles into the free throw line and gives it off to Tostrad. Now he'll get it in the left corner. There's a nice pass to King inside. King's got a nice inside move.
I think for them at this point in the season, they probably wish they were putting them away earlier, but it is good to keep fighting.
I suppose. Shrek showing a little move of his own inside to Ogden, and Ogden draws the foul.
Great job, Ogden.
Yeah, that nice hesitation. If he'd gone up with it, it might have gotten it blocked, but instead he bided his time.
He knew what to do. It's good. He was probably coached well.
Yep. Tostrad called for his second foul. That'll send Ogden to the line. Alec with just 2 points so far tonight.
But really, who has the most fouls? Because that's what I care about.
Individually or as a team?
Individually.
Let's see. Caden, Henry Houston, and Schrockenthaler all have 3.
Wow, okay, well, I like those 3.
Yeah. Caden Nelson into the lane, kick it out to Ellis. This is Max Nelson on top. Right side Caden, loop it to Jake. Jake will take the 15-footer, nope. Rebound Caden King. All right, I got some stats here I want to share. Jake Schrockenthaler closing in on one of the the list of all-time leading scorers. He's had 900 points coming into tonight's game. That puts him, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th all-time, just ahead of Mark Zwart.
Yeah, I see Dave Whitty is on that list,
Yep,
too.
yep. Mark Zwart was a good friend of Ron's. I still see him at games from time to time.
77-80 season.
Yep.
And isn't Mark, oh, maybe that's Toila, never mind. There's a chiropractor in town with that name, but
I think that's him,
different.
isn't it?
I don't know.
King hitting another free throw. On the girls' side of things, this is where it gets interesting. They've got a junior, McKenna Warnock, who's now their all-time leading scorer with 1,427 points. Beat Taylor Nelson earlier this season for the record. She's also closing in on the record for most rebounds, too, 603. She trails Autumn Ogden, who has 620.
Wow.
I don't know where she stands with assists and blocks, but she's high on those lists, too. I don't think she'll set the school record, but she's closing in with 1427. She's closing in on the school record for boys scoring.
Wow.
Held
Is
by
she
Eric
a senior
Holmgren.
this year then?
No, she's a junior.
Wow.
3-year starter.
Well, she's going to make sure she holds on to that.
Oh.
Since she can't leave early for college, so.
No. No, they'd take her if she could. She's had over 40 scholarship offers. Silver Eagles lose the ball inside, picked up by Keegan.
Do we know who the leading contenders are for her?
No, she hasn't been talking, but she can play pretty much anywhere she wants. We're going to get a reach-in foul on
I recommend
Tomei.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is in the
Not
mix.
as known for its women's program, but great program, great integrity. I can speak to myself in both those programs. So.
I walked in the other night at the same time as the coach from UW Green Bay, and I wanted to tell him, dude, you got no shot.
If she really likes the Packers, maybe she'll want to be there.
Yeah, instead of going to Stanford or something like that and play.
Well, if she wants, she could be the all-time leading scorer at UW Green Bay, like Tony Bennett.
That's true.
I think he's still in the NBA. I think he's still high up there on the three-point list.
Yeah, Tony was quite the player. King shooting another one. King's got a boatload of points from the free throw line tonight. Makes it just a 9-point game with 6:10 to play, 56-47. Monroe not giving up easily. The Silver Eagles look like they're going to make it a cakewalk. Hep almost lost it. Gives it to Jaden Robinson. Never saw Jaden sneak into the game. Now Caden Nelson will back up. Let the offense get set here. Tomei on the right side. Up to Caden up top. Caden for three. Boom, baby.
Nice. Tony Bennett is definitely my all-time favorite coach. I am a secondary Virginia fan. I'd like to see him get a national championship. Not at the expense of the Badgers, but great guy.
That's good to hear. Ogden with the rebound. Tomei for three. Another one. No, that was Hep. I'm sorry. Sam Hep with his second three of the night. Sam with 10 points. A couple quick threes for the Silver Eagles, and it's a 62-47 lead. We're back to that lead again. 5:30-28. I can't see the scoreboard very well. Benny still paying attention?
It looks like he might be on the ground there with his Matchbox cars.
Okay.
It's pretty good to make it this long.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he'll enjoy the replay at home. Hear Mom's voice coming out of the TV. Tell you, it's a little weird the first time you hear yourself coming out of the TV.
I've learned I do not like my voice, actually.
I don't like mine either.
Well, yours is lovely, so.
Oh, thanks. It's kind of goofy if you ask me.
It just sounds weird to yourself always.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sound the same as it does in your head.
No, I sound much better in my head. Sometimes I even say smart things. They just don't come out that way. You know, the translator between brain and mouth doesn't work the same way.
You think a lot of smart things.
Oh, do I ever. I have some of the best ideas. All right, the Silver Eagles come out on the floor with Nelson, Hep, Nelson, Tomei, and Ogden. And 5 guys wearing red for the Cheesemakers. Silver Eagles regaining that 15-point lead after back-to-back threes by Caden Nelson and Sam Hep. Tostrad slapped away by Tomei. Ahead to Caden. Caden lays it up and in and draws the foul.
Great steal.
Caden's either hitting threes or scoring on a fast break. And he'll go to the line with another chance here.
I don't want to jinx him, but I think he's going to make this one. I'll knock on wood for him.
I've got him with 14 points. 15 there. Unofficially their leader. Let's see. Foul on number 11 there, Braden Zettel. Just his second one. We got subs coming in.
Yeah, not a ton of Monroe fouls.
No, they don't have too many. I don't have anybody with more than 2. Of course, they've got 18 fouls. Where'd that come from?
They're just spread out, I guess.
I guess.
They don't have a fouling star like me.
No, they work it inside to King, but he can't get it to drop and rebound Jimmy Tomei. Jimmy's played a fantastic game tonight. Both ends of the floor. This is Caden looking inside for Ogden. Alec picks up the loose ball. Off Hep's hands into Tomei. Dump it over to Caden. Left elbow. Nope, but he draws the foul. I think he'll get 3 for that.
Well, those points count just the same. So.
They do. And the Silver Eagles hitting their free throws tonight. Both teams are, actually. We're seeing some good free throw shooting.
Do they historically shoot well at the line? Up and down?
60%. Not great. Caden making the first. You want to watch a free throw exhibition. McKenna Warnock, the scorer I was telling you about for the girls team. Let me see. I've got this on my notes here, what she's shooting. Just because it's amazing. For the line for her career, she's shooting 79%. This year she's hitting almost 84%.
Wow.
Yeah. She shot 164 free throws this year already.
You'd think the other teams would learn to stop fouling her.
Well, she's a 6'2" post player. They pass, dump it inside, and she's got 3 players hanging on her all the time. Caden makes
I wouldn't have learned to stop fouling her if I was the opposing team.
Oh,
so.
that's the only way to slow her down. And if they clog the middle against her, she steps out and hits threes. I mean,
she can do everything, huh?
she's hitting 33% of her threes. Ahead to Tomei. Jimmy from the left side for 2. 70-47, 4:20 to play. Silver Eagles putting some distance on Monroe now. Be a long, quiet bus ride home.
Those are always the worst after a loss.
That Monroe ride's got to be a tough one. This is Keegan, 15-footer. Nope. Rebound Max Nelson. Almost time for Coach Z to clear the bench, I would think. Under 4 minutes to play. This is Caden inside to Jake. Jake kick it back to Hep in the left corner. Back to Jake. Left-hand shot, no, missed. Rebound, Cheesemakers. Calhoun gets the ball and hands it off to Keegan. Keegan coming in hard from the left. Kick it back to Zettel in the corner. Air ball. Oh, boy, this is going to be fun. Max lays it up. No, he can't get it. Rebound. Caden. Caden can't get it to drop.
MG ball.
Max missed the rebound. The Nelson boys can't finish that one. There's Kyle Nett coming into the game.
Now, are those cousins in the same class?
No,
Same year?
no. Max is a year older. There have been so many good Nelsons. You notice the Taylor Nelson here?
Oh, yeah.
Sister. There's a freshman, Peyton, who's a sister. There's older brother, Mark.
Must
And
be
I'm
in
not
the
sure
genes.
how the siblings link together, but they're all related. The 2 brothers both live in the district. All right, Austin Elmer into the game for Sam Hepp. Here come the subs. So we've got Elmer and Kyle Nepp in. Net. There's Caden Nelson. Take it, Austin. I like seeing the subs score.
Me too.
Max, a long 3. Nope. Tipped. Shrek tips it to Caden Nelson. There's more subs getting ready to come in.
I feel like the applause are always a little bit louder when the sub scores.
Yes. Shrek for 2.
But, that's a beautiful move, too.
All right, here we
Clear
go.
the
Jordan
bench.
Bishop, Anthony Ellis, and Jaden Robinson coming in. The rest of the starters will sit down. They'll join Elmer and Net. 3:05 to play, a 72-47 lead. They went from 15 to 25 points pretty fast here, didn't they?
That seemed quick.
Of course, look at how many times they were hitting threes or stealing the ball and making layups or missing easy layups on that last one.
May I recommend a basketball podcast?
Why not?
Free buzz marketing here on
Sure,
the channel.
sure.
If for those who like college basketball, my favorite college basketball podcast is on the Ringer Network. It's called One Shining Pod with Mark Titus and Tate Frazier. And Tate was a UNC manager, and Mark was a walk-on at Ohio State.
Okay. 3 ball by the Cheesemakers, no good. Rebound Net. This is Jaden Robinson at the free throw line to Kyle Nett. Jordan Bishop. Anthony to Nett to Robinson. Back to Anthony Ellis. To Jordan Bishop. Jordan will be our quarterback next year. He's back up this year behind Alec Ogden. Played some good minutes. A lot of times Silver Eagles put away their opponent pretty early, and Jordan got to come in and finish up the 4th quarters.
It's good practice.
Jaden Robinson, a good defensive back, hitting the 3.
Nice.
There you go. One of your subs getting the basket. We got another one coming in, another crowd favorite, Sam Gronsky. Sam, better known as a linebacker, and it'll become apparent. Knocked out of bounds by Austin Elmer. Here comes Gronsky. Sam, just a junior? Yes, he is. He'll be a football star next year. He was 2nd or 3rd leading tackler on the team.
Wow. How tall is he?
6'1". And Isaac Stinson, one of my favorites coming in. Isaac's sister, a fine basketball player, holds the school record by hitting 8 threes in a game. That was a fun one to watch. She couldn't miss that night.
How long ago was that?
That's 3-4 years ago. Ivory Selman hitting a 3-pointer for the Cheesemakers, or just a 2, excuse me. Bishop will pick up the loose ball, give it to Gronsky. In the corner to Elmer. No, that was Stinson. to Elmer. And now a foul called on the Monroe team.
Their coach probably doesn't like that foul. A little late in the game for that.
Getting a little ticky-tack, you think?
Yeah. Well, and I just mean by the player, too.
Oh,
like,
sure.
You can't, you know.
All right, Karsten Antonsen getting ready to come in, 6'5" junior. So some good minutes for the bench players. This is kind of the payoff for them, right, for going to practice all week and getting beat up by the A's team.
A lot of hard work. It's good to get a few minutes in.
Yeah, there may be only, 8 to 10 players that see regular action, but that whole squad is needed.
Yeah, and I'm guessing those bench players have their parents here, too, and friends cheering them on, so it's nice to see them in here.
Yep. Elmer hits the free throw. It's 76-49. Minute 33 to play. Antonsen in. So the Silver Eagles with still a fairly tall lineup in there. 3-ball attempt. Rebound Kyle Nett. Nett's played some good minutes late in the game. This is Jordan Bishop inside to Stinson. Put it up, Isaac. Yes!
Nice.
Isaac Stinson with his first field goal of the season.
Excellent. Yes.
Love getting these guys in the
I'm
scorebook.
surprised that's his first. He has a great shot.
That was a nice one. This is Calhoun with the ball, cross-court pass. There's a 3 attempt.
Well, and
Missing
Stinson's
there.
got next year, too, right? So
Yeah.
there'll be more to come from him.
Rebound Net. Net's gotten a lot of rebounds in just the last few minutes. Stinson down the left side in a hurry. Into the lane. Dump it back to Bishop, to Net. Free throw line jumper. Kyle Net.
Nice.
He makes a nice jumper. Geez, even these guys coming off the bench are looking pretty good
they
here.
are.
What are we? 80-49.
Promising for next year.
80-49. How did it get to 31 points so fast? Calhoun for 3. Ooh, that was a beauty.
That's what Monroe's saying, too. How did it get there so fast?
Yeah, Silver Eagles turned it on in the second half here. They led at halftime 37-21. So what is that? 43 to 31 in the second half. Ivory Selman, toes on the three-point line. Calhoun again. Back-to-back Calhoun threes.
Calhoun.
And that's the game. 80-55. The Silver Eagles victorious, their 17th victory of the season. They
Great
knocked
game.
down the Cheesemakers. So don't forget the MG Choir concert Monday night, 7:30 p.m. here at the high school. And then next Saturday night when we're here against the Milton Redhawks, AV Club running the concession stand. Come on out and support those guys. They work just as hard as the team does, and they deserve your cash. Well, Hammer, this has been a real treat. Do you think we can get you back for some more games?
Absolutely. It has been really fun. This is a great team. Really fun to watch them run, and go Silver Eagles the rest of the season.
We'll maybe get you out here to watch the girls because they're pretty fun too. McKenna Warnock is a treat to watch. Truly one of the best players in the state, if not in the entire Midwest.
We definitely want to see her now.
All right, well, thank you so much for watching. This is a Silver Eagle Monona Community Media production. Silver Eagles winning over the Monroe Cheesemakers 80-55. Steve Martinelli alongside the legend, the Hammer, Emily Leggett-Needitz. Thanks for watching.